Trump Media just released their quarterly earnings, and in there you can find some interesting details also about the CRO token. But what's exactly in there? Well guys, I would say let's strap in and let's find out. This video is sponsored by Wolfswap and their Wolfie NFTs. Check out all the crazy perks of the Wolfies now on Wolfswap. As you guys might know, Crypto.com is a private company and therefore they're not legally obliged to share a lot of details about their revenue or about their assets. However, a partner of theirs, Trump Media, also known of Truth Social, is a public company. And together with Crypto.com, they're going to start a new company called Trump Media CRO Strategy. So, of course, there are a lot of interesting insights really about what's happening at Trump Media and what's happening with their stack of CRO as well. Luckily, Q3 has just come to an end and therefore they had to release their latest quarterly earnings with also their forward-looking statements, guys, and it is quite juicy. So let's dive directly into the latest news. In a nutshell, these are the four main takeaways for Trump Media in the third quarter of 2025, starting with $3.1 billion in financial assets. So, for example, cash, but also Bitcoin and Cronos. Then also, it's a second consecutive quarter of positive operating cash flow. They forgot to mention, though, that we're still operating at a net loss. But also poised to further fulfill mergers and acquisitions, for example, the CRO strategy company. And they're expanding into rapidly growing prediction markets, also in partnership with Crypto.com. And they talk a lot about their own Truth Plus platform. I want to focus here on what they mentioned regarding CRO and also Crypto.com. Anyways, so in the third quarter, Trump Media advanced its expansion plans across numerous sectors. Leveraging its brand, the company formed a strategic partnership with Crypto.com to invest into the CRO token, a high-performance, interoperable blockchain designed for speed, scalability, and seamless connectivity between networks. Trump Media views CRO as a highly innovative asset that will gain widespread adoption as a versatile utility token and a superior medium for secure, instant payments and transfers. And the company, so Trump Media, positioned themselves as an early adopter and an investor in these unique tokens. So they're really talking very positively about their bag of CRO. The company also partnered with Crypto.com to integrate CRO as part of a reward system on the Truth Social and Truth Plus platform. So you can now earn CRO by using Truth Plus and Truth Social. That's actually quite cool. You can learn more in the top right corner. Additionally, though, Trump Media purchased approximately 684.4 million CRO for its balance sheet, which can be staked for additional income generation, funded by $50 million of cash and $47 million of common stock. And foremost, of course, Trump Media entered into a definitive agreement with Crypto.com and the Yorkville Acquisition Corp, establishing the company's minority interest into Trump Media Group CRO Strategy, a digital asset treasury company focused on CRO acquisition. And upon closing, so of course, guys, it isn't actually live yet, but then Trump Media Group CRO Strategy is expected to be the first and largest publicly traded CRO treasury company, and what Trump Media believes to be the largest digital asset treasury company to digital asset market cap ratio in history. And this still appears to be true as well. And of course, we talk a lot more about their own other platforms, so Truth Social, big updates. But guys, this was, I think, the most important here for the CRO fam. As mentioned, though, they're still operating at a net loss. So you can see $54.8 million net loss, also including a $54 million non-cash loss due to changes in the fair value of digital assets. So basically, guys, crypto has been going down, therefore they occurred a non-cash loss. So that's look very bad on the books. But the fun thing, guys, this is not a net loss of Cronos, no Bitcoin. But let's talk a bit more about their actually balance sheet and their quarterly earnings after the quick word of today's sponsor. About a month ago, Wolfswap released their unique Wolfie NFTs, and even quite a hit. There are 5,212 unique NFTs on the Cronos chain, and now we're getting more and more exclusive perks as well within the Wolfswap ecosystem. For example, you can find some more things below. There are special mystery boxes for people that do have a Wolf. You can see here a plus 3% chance for your mystery boxes. And also, you can get an Amplify booster if you're wearing your Wolfie NFT. And now also you have some exclusive staking vaults, for example, on Minted, but also on Abysses, where you can actually earn some tokens by staking your Wolfie NFT. Wolfies are going to some places. Check out Wolfies now on wolfswap.app. Anyways, let's talk some more about CRO and Trump Media. But before we dive into the numbers here of the balance sheet, I quickly also want to show you the forward-looking statement, because this is what investors can expect from Trump Media going forward. Unfortunately, it is riddled with all kind of legal clauses, so let's quickly dive here into the summary by Grok. And talk about the future of the platform, for example, product rollout, streaming service launches. What I find interesting is, for example, their Bitcoin treasury, but also their holdings of the CRO token, because they do believe that CRO is a foundational digital asset, which can be a huge upside also for investors that are investing into Trump Media. Also thanks to, for example, the validated operations and value creation amid volatile crypto markets. But there also are massive risks. As always, there always are massive risks with altcoins, but risks can also get some crazy rewards. They do mention, for example, a potential CRO price crash, regulatory hurdles, high competition, growth challenges, and potential failures to list on exchanges. For example, we've been talking about a potential listing on Robinhood. But if you don't get Robinhood listing, that could be a potential risk. But guys, still, they're mainly seeing a huge upside for investors. So the future is still looking better really than the potential risks out there. Having said that, let's take a look at the actual numbers now on the balance sheet, because what we can see that for the first time here, they actually have digital assets. In 2024, 0 digital assets, but they really adopted a digital asset treasury company strategy as well for their own balance sheet. So not, guys, the strategy company, no, this is for Trump Media themselves. And you can see they bought Bitcoin and Cronos. So no XRP, no Ethereum, no Solana, Bitcoin and Cronos. And you can see their cost basis, so how much they actually bought the tokens for, and their current fair value as of September 30th of 2025. And you can see here is that they bought Bitcoin for about 1.36 billion US dollars. But now, Bitcoin is only worth about 1.32 billion US dollars. And therefore, also, this explains their operating net loss of about minus 50 million US dollars. Then also, we got CRO, and CRO became worth more. They bought it for about 113 million US dollars, but it became worth 146 million US dollars as of September 30th, guys. Currently, they're a bit underwater, but of course, it can always change when we get to the end of the fourth quarter. What is interesting, though, we can see also the units. They have about 11,000 Bitcoin, but also 756 million CRO tokens. And that's interesting because we do know they bought CRO tokens, but from our understanding, they only bought 684 million CRO tokens. But according here to their balance sheet, something interesting happened. They had an exchange of digital assets. So you can see here, they sold about $17 million worth of Bitcoin, and they purchased 17 million US dollars of Cronos. And that is besides their original purchase of CRO. So now, even though they're not really obliged to, they're buying more and more Cronos. It does seem like they want to buy the dip here as well. And I think, guys, this is really interesting. Are they going to buy even more Cronos? Do they see this as the superior asset regarding potential risk versus reward? I'm really, guys, curious what they will do also in Q4 and in also Q1 of 2026. So I, of course, will make sure to keep you guys up to date. So don't forget to hit the like button and strap in for more CRO-related news. Overall, though, I do have to mention it's really interesting to see how crypto changed the course of the Trump Media company. They seem to be adopting digital assets really as a foundational part of their company, and I find it really interesting. But will they sell more Bitcoin to buy even more CRO? I, of course, don't know. Let me know in the comments down below what you think, though, about this balance sheet, guys. And also, if you want to see more CRO content, check out this video to the right of me as well.